Hello everyone and welcome back. We are here with obviously more parts to this never-ending cycle of visual novels for Kinkoi. So let's get back into it right here. During class, the details of these lessons tailored to those with a T-score over 70, which I couldn't begin to understand as it went into one ear and out the other. Sylvia was seated in front of me and diligently taking notes. She let out a screech. Oh. It was immediately clear to me in the seat near her. It was a wasp, and an unreasonably massive wasp at that. It got into the classroom through the skylight, likely in search of refuge from the cool November weather.
Suzumebachi!
Ops don't normally. Whoa! The bug freely buzzed its way around the room. The entire classroom instantly bugged out. Paper wasps were especially dangerous, but they were so much more gigantic than honeybees that they were simply scary. The uproar only spread despite the teacher's attempts. One brave woman stood up to exterminate it. But Wasp must have sensed the knight's bloodlust and promptly sped up towards the skylight it came in through. Or put another way, towards Sylvie. Ah!
Sylvie-sama!
The wasp bolted straight for Sylvie. So I grabbed it, without thinking. Ow. And for my trouble, I got stung in the palm. I held the wasp at the window after slamming into it. The wasp tottered its way out the window. Ah, ouch. Yeah, sure did. Yeesh. Can't even stand shots. Give me a break. Here. The school's nurse office will be fine. No, I can't go alone. She dragged me along by the hand.
やるじゃん、オーロ。ええ、今回ばかりは感謝しかありません。それに、シルビー様のためと見るや、自分の怪我も顧みずかばった。このとっさの判断力が素晴らしい。騎士員に欲しいくらいです。
That was pretty dangerous, huh? According to the nurse, Shiramiya Sensei, paper wasps were a species not unlikely to cause death through anaphylactic shock. I had an idea that anaphylactic shock was the thing where you're fine on the first sting, but your life could be in danger on subsequent stings due to the antibodies produced, right? I would apparently have to be careful going forward.
ごめんね、オーラ。私のために。
No, no, it was my own choice.
オーラ。オーラ、かっこよかったわよ。
I was just showing off. To be honest, wasn't grabbing a wasp barehanded kind of awesome?
それに思い出したわ。昔もこんなことあったなって。ほらほら、キャンプでも私のところに来たミツバチから私をかばって刺されたじゃない。
Huh?
あの時のオーラもかっこよかったわ。オーラ
I got stung twice? I'm gonna die. That anaphylactic shock or whatever is gonna kill me.
落ち着いて。あの時はミツバチだったから。
I see. That scared me.
今のはかっこよくなかったわ。
Thinking back on it now, terrified me. But I really did manage to act cool at critical moments.
へえ、シルビーをかばって。かっこいいじゃん。
Right? I showed her where I got stung, somewhat proudly. What do you think? That's a battle scar right there.
うん。
Amazing, isn't it?
自慢するとこはかっこ悪いな。
Now it's just getting complicated. Ryo giggled in spite of me. By the sound of it, Ryo was impressed by what I'd done today, too. So like, when the wasp swept in to attack Sylvie, there her war spirit inside of me awakened.
しつけえなこいつ。
On the way home with Ryo.
うんうん。ちょっとプリンになってきてるね。そうですかね。でもこれくらいで染めるってのも。まあ願掛けに染めてるだけなら気にするほどでもないかな。
I spotted Reina and Akane. What are you two talking about?
先輩、お帰りなさいです。
Ah, she went stiff the second she saw Ryo. I see, a pacifist like Akina was afraid of the currently suspended delinquent. She was a nuisance without even speaking a word, so Ryo took her leave. There was probably no need to back her up. More importantly, what's this about roots? I went back to the topic at hand.
はい。これ。
She stroked Akane's hair.
髪が伸びてきちゃって根っこが黒いからさ、どのくらいで染め直すかって。
Ah. Reina's dye job was obvious, but it appeared Akane dyed her hair too. What had she said again? It was part of her charm or something, apparently? Akana's hair had gotten longer, and her dark roots were clearly visible. The contrast between her black and bright colored hair reminded me of pudding. Dyeing hair sounds like a pain.
まあね。オーロって髪染めたことない人？
Nope.
そういや転校してきたばっかりの頃は短かったもんね。染めるほど髪ないか。
私もここまで気を使うとは。
I thought I'd ever dye my hair. It seems like it's a huge pain. Although I knew people who had dyed their hair before, I had no idea why they even bothered.
情けないの二人とも。
Reina shrugged her shoulders, seemingly exasperated.
別に髪を染めろとは言わないけど、おしゃれは人間がする最も原始的な文化行動だぜ。
Someone sounds awfully high and mighty about this. I think you're just trying to show off.
そうだよ。
Hmm? My retaliatory reply was a little mean, but Reina proudly puffed out her chest and was beaming with confidence. She held up her beautiful dyed hair and said,
かっこつけてる。それだけ。それがいいんじゃん。人間はかっこつけてこそ人間っしょ。オーロのそれと同じ。
She pointed toward my hand, specifically the spot where the wasp had stung me. It was to save Sylvie, so it was a noble cause and not because I wanted to show off.
こっちも可愛いレイナちゃんでいることでオーロやアカネチンを喜ばせようって高尚な理由がある。
I see. When she put it that way, the fact Reina was attractive, cute, and stylish was partially for her own sake, but it was a plus for those around her too. Everyone could prefer to have a cute girl around rather than an ugly one.
ま、かっこよさで言えばオーロのそれの方が上だけどね。
先輩、その傷どうしたんです？
Akana was more fixated on the wasps, so there was no further discussion on her hair. But strangely enough, Reina's comment lingered in my head. People are human because they show off, huh? I shot off today for Sylvie. I'd gotten hurt, but it had been for her sake. I was satisfied. People were human because they showed off. I couldn't argue with that logic.
どうして俺たちを裏切ったんだよ。
オル君。
かっこつけたかったのかよ。
Stop it.
オル君、どうして。
Stop it! Morning. Mina was by my bedside as I shot upright.
起こそうとしたらやめろと言って飛び起きるとは。なんだか矛盾を感じる目覚めですわね。
Sorry. I was half asleep.
お休みとはいえ、いつまでも寝ているのは褒められませんわよ。
Yeah. I checked the clock and it was already around 9 a.m. I normally got up around 6 for radio calisthenics, so this was pretty leisurely of me. Today was a national holiday, Labor Thanksgiving Day. I wanted to show my appreciation to everyone for their hard work by snoozing away like the carefree student I longed to be, but... Wait, what's wrong, Mina? Didn't you mention that you had work today or something?
この後参りますわ。
It may have been a national holiday, but it was a business as usual for members of this particular royal family. They apparently had an interview with some musical periodical today. Sylvie was the featured guest, but Mina was going to be part of the photos too. And you could call it work, but they were doing it for free. Their work over the holidays was to promote friendly international relations. Royalty sure was something else. As for me, not only did I skip radio calisthenics, I had been asleep since Mina said she wouldn't be here today.
お客様がおられるので、出られる格好か見に来ましたの。したらまだぐーぐー寝ているから。ゲロたるんでいますわよ。休日こそしゃっきりなさいな。
Sorry. I scratched inside my clothing. It was sloppy of me, but whatever. Mina nagged at me for some reason for a short while. I was used to her being witness to my embarrassing moments.
わかるわ。寒くなってきたから、お休みはベッドを抜けられないのよね。
Ah! Someone I didn't want to see suddenly came out of the woodwork.
たるんでいますね。先日の座禅は精神収容になりませんでしたか。
Two of them at that. Why are you both here?
今言ったじゃありませんの。お客様が来ていると。まあ私のお客ですけれど。すいませんお姉様。ゲローメがお目汚ししましたわ。
It appeared they'd come over to spend time with Mina and wanted to take a peek at my room while they were at it.
これが心配で。あ、でももうあれは引いたのね。
She grabbed hold of my hand that got stung by the wasp. Come to think of it, not only had the medicine I'd gotten from the nurse's office yesterday eliminated the pain, the swelling has started going down already too. Medical science was astounding these days.
一安心だわ。何の話ですの？
Nothing. I felt fine and there was no reason for me to continue acting cool about it now, even if word were to get out. Sylvie seemed to have gotten in the picture, read the mood, and dropped the topic.
オーラのお部屋に来るのも久しぶりね。
She switched to a different subject.
ねえねえオーラ、あの指輪の箱はどこ？オローラの箱？
It's next to the TV on top of the DVR.
あった懐かしい。覚えてる？キロちゃん。あなたと交換した天使さんはここに入っていたのよ。上？覚えてないわよね。知らないんだもの。
As usual, Sylvie was off in her own little world. Anyhow, I'm gonna get changed. mind stepping out for a second?
お早く。
I drove the three of them out. Huh. What a hectic morning it'd been. I didn't mind if Mina saw me acting weird, especially given how she could be, as I was far more concerned of what Ellie and Sylvie thought of me. At the end of the day, I wasn't really the type of guy who liked showing off. Whoops. Better push those thoughts aside and get changed. Knowing Sylvie, she just might go, "Hey, hey, Oro," and barge in before I gave the okay.
ねえねえオラ
Half naked.
あらかわいいパンツ
姫様いけません。
It'd be wise of me to pretend that never happened and finish getting changed. It's okay now.
ただいまごめんねさっきは
お粗末なものは見せてないでしょうね。
Maybe I did, but don't blame me for it.
ねえねえオラそれよりこれ何
Hmm? Ah, oh. Sylvie opened the ring box and revealed its contents. It contained 4 silver Loveriche emblems. Mine and Ria's emblems, specifically, I had forgotten they were inside. I'm collecting them. Don't lose them. They're important.
はーい
After confirming there were 4 there, she quickly popped the lid shut.
これってあれよねチョコボーロの
Yeah, these ones are silver though. You only need a single golden one, but you can exchange 5 silver emblems for another Kyoto.
うえへえもう4枚も集まってるのね
I wanted to tell Sylvie that it was only possible due to my collaboration with Soma-kun.
シルビー様から何度か聞いたことがあります。日本のお菓子メーカーのプレゼント企画だとか。
これどれくらいの確率で出ますの？
I usually buy 20 packages a year and have found 2 in the last 10 years. No figures came up when I searched it online, but I'd assume the chance of getting a silver emblem were 1 in 100. Additionally, I had yet to find any reports of someone obtaining a gold emblem.
懐かしいわねオラ
Hmm? Sylvia stared straight at me with a sweet smile. It was enough to make me grin too.
何か逸話でも？
It's nothing special.
大したことよ昔ねこの箱を拾った時中に金のラブリッチマークが入っていたの
It sank into the lake, but it managed to somehow stay dry. Maybe someone had just lost it.
箱を見つけたのはオーロだったからオーロのものになって
A certain princess looked like she really wanted the gold emblem, so I gave it to her.
あれからよね私とオーロイチが仲良くなったのは
Yeah. It was through the incident at the lake and that present that I was able to become a princess's friend. A golden Loveriche emblem. I hadn't seen another in a decade since, but it was a cheap price to pay to become friends with a princess. Incidentally, she immediately exchanged it for her prize, and it arrived just before Sylvie returned to her home country.
私にとってのキロちゃんは オーラたちとの友情の証なの。
へえ。
何度かお聞きしています。素敵なお話ですね。
でしょ？ぐえ。
Sylvie gently held the box against her chest and smiled. I, on the other hand, didn't have any particular attachment to that toy. However, she seemed to be as attached to it as the ring box.
ちょっといい？
Sure? I opened the box back up for her. She didn't ordinarily wear it, but she did apparently carry it with her. She took out the golden ring.
これをね、最後まで確かめられなかったのがずっと心残りだったの。
Floop. There was a pedestal made of white felt inside the box with a long, thin groove designed to hold a ring. She placed hers inside.
ぴったり。この指輪、この箱に合うように作ったのよ。相馬くんと。
へえ、それは初耳です。
Same here.
作ってる途中で他の目的もできたけど。お姉様、そろそろお時間が。あら？
Yeah, didn't you have work? Rarity had it rough, even on holidays.
もっとオーロとおしゃべりしたいのに。年に2回だけ許されてる特別休暇使っちゃおうかしら。
What's that all about?
姫様にはほぼプライベートがありませんので、さすがにどうしてもという時にはどんな用事でもキャンセルしてよいと約束しているのです。
年に2回だけね。
2 vacation days a year, huh? That's a pretty abysmal.
ですがシルビー様、急なことでは市松殿にもご迷惑です。
It's fine by me, really.
ダメです。
Sylvie really didn't want to leave. Forcing her to go was a little sketchy, but it didn't make her work any less important. All I could do was climb up and avoid taking sides.
ですがお姉様、今日の取材、龍蔵寺から頼まれてのことではありませんでした？
そうだったかしら。
Ryoshi. That sounds like the name of a temple.
そういう広告会社があるのです。日本では有名なはずですが。
I have no interest in advertising companies.
うちと好意なところだから頼まれると断れないのよ。
城ヶ崎殿いらっしゃるでしょう。彼女とも縁がありますので。
Yeah, now that you mention it. She was the daughter of the president of a TV station, wasn't she?
それに彼女もよ、マリア・ビショップ。彼女のテレビ出演なんかは龍蔵寺のマネージャーに通してのものであることが多いわ。
How about that? I had no idea. She gave off this solitary impression, like she was doing everything all on her own. Then again, people like that could never make it onto TV these days. She sounds like a capable person.
まあ、扱いきれてるとは言いかねますけれど。
奔放さも売りになるマリア・ビショップ殿と違い、こちらは仕事のキャンセル一つに理由付けが大変です。シルビー様、どうか。
はいはい。ごめんなさい、オーラ。行かなきゃいけないみたい。
Yeah, work is important. This conversation was finally coming to an end. If you just want to chat, I'll keep you company anytime. I try to see her off with a smile. But
いつでも
I plan to lounge around my room all day today, so we can hang out after you get back if you want. Hmm?
シルビー、ネリうるさい。
はーい、今出るわ。
およ、大荷物だね。
Could you not drag me?
男一人持ってくなんて大荷物だこと。
オーロを借りるわ。
壊さないよう返すんだよ。
Sylvia ended up dragging me along, and we somehow ended up airborne in her helicopter. Every day's tough when you tag along with royalty.
申し訳ない。シルビー様はあまりわがままはおっしゃらないのですが、一度言い出すと急に頑固で。
まあ何もする予定がないようでしたら、移動中のおしゃべりの相手になるくらいよろしいじゃありませんの。
Yeah, I guess it's fine. I had been asleep until half an hour ago, and now I was flying through the sky. This whiplash from highs to lows was enough to make me dizzy. Various senses.
ありがとうオーラ。お礼と言ってはなんだけど、お昼ご飯は何でもごちそうするわ。何が食べたい？
In that case, treat me to something outstanding that even royalty has a tough time getting their hands on. That'll make my eyeballs pop out of my head.
さらっと強欲ですわね。
It doesn't cost anything just to suggest after all. If I phrased it that way, then I'd probably get to try something much more impressive than some high-class sushi or massive steak.
難しいわね。
キャビア、フォアグラ、トリュフなんかは食べ飽きておりますし。
単純に一番美味しいもの。メロンパンは日本人のオーロは驚かないわよね。
難問ですわ。
The princesses were stumped. Maybe I had been a little mean and I should just concede to eating sushi, but I bet if I kept quiet, I'd get something to eat I ordinarily never would.
僭越ながら、
何かある？
私が以前とある国に国防関連の話し合いに行った時出されたものが条件に当てはまるかと。
Oh, what was it like?
面白そうですわね。
Ellie seemed like quite the upper class lady herself, so this gave me high hopes.
はい。猿の脳みそです。頭を器にして出されて、私も目が飛び出るほど驚きましたし、猿の目玉も飛び出ていました。
Sushi, please, go with sushi! Sushi's tasty.
気に入ってくれてよかった。
Following their interview, I had them treat me to sushi for lunch. And although I called it lunch, it was already past 2. It was past 4 by the time we had made it back into town. I can't believe we went all the way to Aomori in such a short time.
大間のマグロ、確かに大変な美味でしたわ。日本は料理が侮れませんわね。
エル、落ち込んでる？
申し訳ありません。恥ずかしいところを。
The boss sure was shocked when you spat it out all of a sudden.
食べたのは魚肉のはずなのに口の中で溶けるような感じがしてつい。
She was apparently surprised by the tuna's mouthfeel. Advertisements would often know how some food would melt in your mouth, but the sensation was quite bizarre once you experienced it firsthand. It was almost like eating gel.
まあとにかくどうだったかしらオーロ。今日一日いただいちゃった形になったけれど満足してもらえた？
Absolutely. Thanks for everything, Sylvie. It had cost me a full day trip to earn this high-class sushi. But in the end, I got to eat something truly incredible. For that matter, getting to fly around in like a helicopter with 3 gorgeous women was a pretty sweet deal.
豚のお返しはできたみたいね。
It feels very disproportionate if you ask me. This was actually my first time having non-rotating sushi. That's what it's like.
回らない寿司？
Yeah.
逆説的ですが、日本には回転するお寿司があるのですか？
Yeah. Oh no. What do you think that means?
お寿司がくるくる回るということ？でも今日食べたものも回るといえば回るわよね。あの小ささだし、切り分ける前のマグロは大きすぎて回りそうにないけれど。
市松殿の話からするに、回転する寿司というのはいささか安物を指すようです。今日のような希少品であれば回して遊ぶわけにはいきませんが、逆にくるくる回して食べる安物があるということでは。
お姉様、エロいな。甘いですわね。これは言葉ズバリ。回るとはお寿司ではなくお客。客が回りながら食べねばならないお寿司屋さんがあるのですわ。
なるほど。
Definitely the sort of deal a ballerina like Mina would come up with.
でしょう。
You're all wrong. Look, that's what I was talking about. I pointed toward the shop we just so happened to pass by.
こっぱ寿司？
あら、看板に書いてありますわね。回転寿司チェーン。
回転寿司というお寿司があるの？
It means it's served on a conveyor belt. You pick it up as it goes around and eat it. Ellie was right in that it was cheap though.
面白そう。
うぬぬ。我々まだまだ日本のことは勉強不足のようですわ。
Well, yeah, one of the top 5 question commenters love to ask celebrities is if they've heard of conveyor belt sushi, so this would make for a valuable experience.
ちょっと寄っていきましょうか。お腹が空いたわ。
Hey, Sylvie! There she goes. To reiterate, it was a little past 4 o'clock and she just had lunch 2 hours prior. She's hungry?
お姉様の胃袋なら仕方ありませんわ。
困ったものです。今夜は夕飯をどうするか未定なのでいいのですが。
あら、
What's up? She came back around sounding frustrated.
話が違うじゃない。お寿司全然回ってないわ。
Huh?
なんですの？ゲロ、嘘をつきましたの？
Who would lie about something like that? What was going on? I peeked in through the window. Ah, I get it. There was a conveyor belt in this shop, but the sushi itself wasn't revolving. Instead, the revolving carousel contained photos of their offerings, which allowed customers to order what they wanted to eat electronically. I guess conveyor belt sushi isn't nearly as popular as it used to be, and they don't put the food out on the carousel directly anymore. Food would eventually dry out and become inedible, so everything was made to order. Most of their clientele would be during peak meal time, so there was no reason to put out food when it was only 4 in the afternoon. It's sad to think about it, but conveyor belt sushi will probably disappear in the next 10 years or so. I'm glad I could joke about celebrities getting asked about conveyor belt sushi while it was still relevant.
なぜおじいちゃんみたいな顔してますの？
わかりません。
Our conversation continued until we made it back to the door. Mina returned to her room, leaving the three of us alone.
どうせだからお夕飯も一緒していい？
If that's okay with you.
了解しました。そのように。
Ellie likely had to notify someone from the estate and made a phone call. And then...
ういっす。あ、シルビーいたんだ。
ええ、朝からオールをお借りしちゃったわ。
we had another guest. I bet she was going to join us for dinner, too. But it still wasn't even 5 o'clock. That was a little early for dinner, so the 4 of us killed time together.
今日はどんな仕事してきたの？
Yeah, I'm curious about that, too. What was the deal with that interview today? Before we flew to Aomori, Sylvie had spent around half an hour talking to this reporter-looking person at some hotel. It sounded more like a conversation than an interview, especially when there was another party present and they were prattling on about nothing. Additionally, her conversation partner was not what I was expecting. Who was that older man?
おっさん？
It was some old guy they brought on with them. Well, I say he's old, but he's probably middle-aged. Even if she were to have a conversation with an older man, it would have made sense if it been dressed in a proper suit or had a more refined air to him. However, he looked like he had walked straight out of some factory.
私の恩人よ。確かにもうおじいさまってお年だったけれど、これを作ってる工場の技師さん。
She retrieved something from inside the bag she had Ellie carry. It looked like some sort of tool. It was made from iron and had a bent tip with a hole at the end that would be used as a ratchet.
ああ、調律用のハンマー。
愛用品よ。
A piano tool, huh?
これを作ってらっしゃる工場の職人さん。愛用品なのだけど、メイドインジャパンなの。それで技師さんにお会いできないかって思って、今日はお時間をいただいたというわけ。
A tradesman?
階段は後で文章にも起こされますが、映像としても撮ってあるので、この後編集したものが送られてきます。今日は日本では職人の方々をねぎらう日だそうで、それに合わせた形ですね。
勤労感謝スペシャルってことか。
Let me see. So we hadn't made the device. Although I had heard of them, I've never held a tuning hammer before. It had a wooden handle with a hole at the end of the metallic shaft. How does it work again? You put the screw that tugs on the piano string through the hole to adjust it?
ええ、 簡単に言うとね、ほらここを見て。
She gestured toward the metal hole at the end of the instrument. I could tell the cavity was octagonal.
ここで四角いチューニングピンを噛んで固定して弦の高さを調整していくのだけれど、その時ここがどれだけ正確に四角形であるかが大事なの。普通のハンマーは型があって鋳造で作ることがほとんどなんだけれど、この製品はなんと細い刀でちょっとずつ形を削いで成形していくのよ。ミリ単位で切り揃えていくことで誤差 0.01 ミリの形が出来上がるというわけ。
Casting can cause metal to swell and contract, so the sphere generally was to deal with about a full millimeter margin of error, right?
正直それでもいいんだけどね。チューニングするには誤差1ミリくらいはありだから。でも実際にこっちを使ってみると全然グラグラしないから癖になっちゃって、もう元のハンマーには戻れないわ。何よりこの精密なハンマーで調整したと思うと音に自信が出てピアノを気持ちよく弾けるようになるな。今では私の自信っていうか皆さんにおすすめしたいですね。もう手放せません。
I decided to ignore the fact that last bit sounded straight out of a TV shopping up program. Most importantly,
シルビーって自分で調律するんだね。
yeah, aren't there people trained to tune pianos professionally? That caught my interest. Compared to a guitar, pianos are a huge hassle to tune since they have around 200 or so strings. I've also heard it's rare for anyone to do it themselves.
詳しいですね。
Just because I know someone who plays a guitar?
そうね。ピアノの調律を演奏者本人がやることはあまりないわ。技術的なこともあるけど、ピアノの静音はどうしても機材のある調律師さんに頼るから、普段の調律も任せないと信頼関係に響くしね。
That was another way of looking at it. One I hadn't foreseen.
でもやっぱり私は自分でやるのが好きなの。自分で締めた弦の張りや遊びの方が演奏していて楽しいから。
おー、なんかプロの意見っぽい。技術的な観点からもシルビー様は並の調律師よりよほど優れておられるとのことです。経験も音感もですね。
Sense of pitch. That reminded me. Do you have a perfect pitch, Sylvie? She replied nonchalantly.
おお。
Oh.
なに二人とも。
Don't worry about it. Perfect pitch gives Japanese people this strangely romantic impression.
貴様のリズムは理解した。この能力が支配する。
What? My body won't move.
踊れパーフェクトピッチ。
Ah! Impossible! Not after I've mastered dark matter!
ダークマター、恐ろしい敵だった。
みたいな。
Like I said, don't worry about it. Perfect pitch, dark matter, perfect memory, and lucid dreaming. The aesthetics of these terms would provoke anyone's delusion of grandeur.
あ、ねえねえシルビー。
Reina patted the floor.
今のは
レのフラット。 なぜ絶対音感があるというとみんな同じことをするのかしら。
That's awesome. Perfect pitch, huh?
別にすごいことではないわ。訓練で誰でも得られることだし、結局演奏に使うのは相対音感だけよ。
I have heard that. Something like how perfect pitch is useless for getting a grasp of acoustics of a venue or the instrument you're playing. But still, perfect pitch, like this, is more potent. Yeah.
字面で勝ってるよね。
Yup.
二人ともよくわからないわ。
She forced a smile.
あ、というかオール、あなたにはこのこと昔話したはずよ。
Huh?
昔どんな音でも音階でわかるって何度も説明したわ。覚えてないのね。何度も何度も説明したのに。
Sorry, but I was still just a little kid who didn't even know what you meant by scale back then.
そうね。それに思い出した。私それで相馬くんと仲良くなったんだったわ。
相馬くん？シルビー様の古いご友人。市松殿にとってもでしたね。
Yup. You got close to him thanks to your perfect pitch.
相馬くんもあったのよ、絶対音感。
Huh? Oh, really? Ria had a skill like that. Even so, it was less than surprising due to her usual ambience.
懐かしいな。二人でよく遊んだわ。音階の当てっこしたり、逆に外させっこしたり。絶対音感同士にのみ成立する遊びがあるんだね。二人だけの秘密の信号も決めているのよ。当時楽団派に入ることになって不安だった私がピアノを弾くのを恐れなくなったのは相馬くんのおかげね。
Hmm? Sylvia looked a little lonesome.
相馬くんの方は音感だけでなく耳も良くて、だからよく苦しんでたっけな。
苦しむとは？
絶対音感というのはね、音を脳が勝手に分析してしまって、だから雑踏なんかでも勝手に音を音階分けしてしまうの。だからたまに気分が悪くなるのよ。いろんな音が混ざったり、音の波長が狂ったりすると。あー、聞いたことある。雨の日はそれで辛い人多いみたいね。私はいいの。無視できる程度だから、よっぽど変な音が混ざらない限り平気。でも相馬くんは私より耳がいいし、感覚も鋭敏なのね。よく苦しんでた。定期的に鳴る電子音とか気が狂いそうになるって。
For real? This was news to me.
今もまだ苦しんでるのかしら。なんとかしてあげたいのだけれど。
Sylvia's expression turned unusually meek as she looked to the ground. It went without saying who was on her mind. Sylvie really wanted to see Ria again, didn't she? In reality, she was most likely in the next room over at the very moment. The fact I couldn't tell her made me feel immensely guilty.
ま、今でも耳はいいままだな。お隣の会話も丸聞こえなくらい。頭おかしくなりそうなのは一緒だけど。
盗み聞きにはちょうどいいからプラマイゼロだ。な気にするなよシルビー。お腹空いてきた。そろそろご飯にしよっか。
そうね、もうペコペコ。
Reina changed the mood. Are you hungry?
食べられないほどではありません。
We didn't not too long ago and weren't feeling especially hungry, but we'd better go along with Sylvie
そう
anyway.
いやみんなは昼何食べてきたの？
Sushi.
いいな。私も行きたかった。
Yeah, it was delicious.
シルビーがいるってことはやっぱ回らない方？
You nailed it.
またも回転を軸に定義していますね。
本場日本ではお寿司は回転するか否かが大事。国に帰ったらみんなに教えてあげましょう。
いいな。裏山裏タウン。ちなみにおいくらくらいのお寿司？
We had a couple rounds of tuna, which went for a market value of around 8,000 yen for our main course.
はあ？
I've never eaten sushi with the market value attached before.
そこもだけど何 ?8,000 円って。
They apparently just got in some of the most staggering servings in a couple of years.
それは何？もう寿司じゃなくない？
いえ、寿司でしたが。
美味しかったわ。
うわー、嘘。私もついていけばよかった。
そうね、レーナも呼びたかったわ。
99% of Japanese people don't use high-speed helicopters, so it's rough going all the way to Aomori for a day trip.
ちくしょ
Now I felt like we'd done something pretty wrong.
ー。はあ、で、夜は何食べるの？金箔でももしゃもしゃ食べるわけ？
美味しくないわよ、そんなの。
何にしましょうか。行きたいお店があるようでしたら車を出しますが。
もう出歩きたくないわ。ここで食べるものがいい。
だそうだよ、オーロ。金箔持ってきて。
I'd love to if I could. Eating here, cup noodles again or something?
それもいいけど。
あ、ちょい待ち。
Raina hid it outside. Then immediately walked right back in.
これ期限やばばだから片しちゃいたいんだ。どうせだからここで食べようよ。
なにこれ。
She brought with her yakisoba?
一玉18円の時に買い込んだんだけど、いやーなかなか食べないよね、こういうの。これも借りてきた。
She put the hot plate up onto the table. Must have been something the dorm was equipped with given its massive size. We're capping off a day where we went all the way to Aomori for sushi with an 18 yen per package yakisoba party?
いいじゃんいいじゃん。美味しいよ。
いいわね。楽しそうだわ。
I wasn't very eager, but the princess was certainly into it. Ellie would certainly be on board if Sylvie was, so it was 3 against 1. A decision I would maybe be overruled by a majority vote. Oh well, let's go for it.
一品だけじゃ飽きるかしら。エル、スープをお願い。
了解しました。
And just like that, we had a yakisoba party for dinner. Ellie headed to the kitchen to make her special request. what about the yakisoba?
もちろん私が作るよ。4割くらいの確率で夕飯が元焼きそばだった焦げになるけどいいよね。
Why would I be? Reina couldn't cook. Sylvia was iffy too. I'd be terrified letting her anywhere near a knife. Guess I'll do it, Reina. Grab some cabbage and meat at the convenience store.
うーい。
I sent her out to do the shopping.
オーロが作ってくれるのね。
You know my cooking abilities from the flour dumpling before, right?
あれ美味しかった。
Crude though, I know it's a man's dish, but I guarantee I'll score at least a 65 in flavor.
あ、でも覚えてるオーロ。キャンプの時は芳しい結果にはならなかったわ。
Did it not? If you were to bring up cooking at the camp 10 years ago, she'd have to mean, oh yeah, I was on mess kitchen duty. I charred the rice to a blackened crisp, I believe. I've grown up a lot since then, so don't worry.
期待してる。
By the way, how good of a cook are you, Sylvie?
できなくはないと思うのだけど、クッキーやケーキしか作ったことがないわ。
Ah, sweet specialist. Sweets were a degree of difficulty higher than ordinary cooking, so she could probably manage, but I guess it was fine for today. Yakisoba's a man's dish. Stand back and watch.
オーロかっこいい。
Sure am. Are the ingredients ready yet?
へい大将、持ってきやしたぜ。
Alright! Reina handed over a head of cabbage and one package of pork ribs from a convenience store. First up was the cabbage. I sliced clean through the entire head.
え、一玉丸々使うの ?4 人分だよ。
The more cabbage, the better.
多すぎても全部食べるから安心して。
That was reassuring. Light the fire!
はいよ。
So you switched on the hot plate. I waited for it to heat up. It'll probably dump off me to say this after we turned it on already, but didn't the breaker would be okay? Such a massive hot plate certainly seemed like it would consume too much electricity in a dorm setting like this.
ここなら大丈夫だと思うよ。この量、4部屋でブレーカー1つだからさ、1部屋使ってないわけだし。
Guess we'll be fine then. My room was at the end of the hall, so the full set of 4 should include Ria next door and Mina across the hall and the vacant room diagonally across. Mina didn't use many appliances and Ria was constantly lazing around in bed. One of the rooms didn't even use its lights, which meant they were probably in the clear. And while we were lost in conversation, the plate had heated up. Alright!
いい音。
First was the pork, then the cabbage, and they continued to cook. And this is the perfect timing to add the sauce.
早くない？
Just a little, but you can put a larger helping of sauce on the cabbage later if you do it now. Next, the noodles, and then the rest of the sauce.
スープできました。
We're all set on our end, too. I turned off the flame. This complete! Isimatsu Oro's special made yakisoba.
おいしそう。
腹減った。早く食べよう。
Yeah. The 4 of us sat down for a meal together.
いただきます。
And away we ate. Incidentally, as for how it turned out.
おいしい。ほんとすごいよこれ、プロ級。とてもおいしいわ。ありがとうエル。
恐縮です。
なんだっけこのスープ、ミネストローネ。
This is seriously tasty. The minestrone Ellie brought out was so good. You'd never think she put it together in such a short time. I was actually a little moved by it. I should have asked sooner, but you're a really good cook, aren't you?
大したことはありません。簡易食だけです。ただ慣れていることは慣れていますね。行軍訓練における娯楽は食事だけですので。
Haha, maybe I should have let the whole meal to you. Oh, the yakisoba. It kind of tasted like sauce. It appeared the minstrel had stolen the show and taken its place as the main dish, thus demoting the saucy yakisoba as its side dish. It made for a questionable, disorganized meal. But it was delicious.
金色ラブリッチェあるよ、絶対音感。
Alright, so we're gonna end that right here with the startup of Rhea and her perfect pitch. So until next time, thank you everybody for watching and have a good day.